The Praga V3S, military 3-ton special is an all-terrain multi-purpose truck, produced between 1953 and 1990 in Czechoslovakia. It was designed for the armed forces and was also exported to 72 countries. Praga produced the truck until 1964, then the Avia company till around 1986, after which the Bratislava company BAZ rolled out these vehicles till 1990. Around 130,000 units were manufactured. The truck was among the best off-road cargo vehicles of its time, and the Czechoslovak army used it for more than half a century. It was the longest produced Czechoslovak truck, and it still serves in Czech army for more than 70 years, despite being slowly replaced by Tatra 810 and Tatra 815. The Praga RN was a medium-sized truck manufactured by Praga from 1933. The vehicle was powered by a 6-cylinder petrol engine. From 1934, the diesel-powered version Praga R&D was also manufactured. The trucks were manufactured for nearly 3 decades and became one of the most widely used freight wagons in Czechoslovakia, the chassis being used for buses and fire engines as well as for military uses. RN production ended in 1953 and R&D in 1955, although production continued in Yugoslavia until 1962. In total, around 40,000 Praga RN and R&D were produced, including about 3,700 buses, as well as 18,300 RN license built in Yugoslavia. The T-111 was developed and manufactured during World War II as a heavy truck for use by the Wehrmacht. Production started in 1942 and continued for 20 years, ending in 1962 when it was replaced by the Tatra 138. Despite being built for the Nazi war machine, the vehicle ultimately played an important role after the war ended. The Tatra 111 contributed significantly to the rebuilding effort during the post-war era, mainly in Eastern Europe and the USSR. To its chief designer, however, it brought charges of treason and collaboration with the Nazi regime after the communist takeover of Czechoslovakia and contributed to the imprisonment of Tatra's design guru Hans Ledwinka. The Tatra T813 was a truck produced in Czechoslovakia by the Tatra company. It was produced from 1967 to 1982. The basic representative of this series was a military version of the 8x8 Colossus, which was able to pull trailers up to a total weight of 100 tons. Tatra also produced a civilian version in either 6x6 or 4x4. After 15 years of production, 11,751 vehicles were built in all modifications. Many units were exported to the USSR, East Germany, Romania, and India. The Tatra 92 was an Army off-road truck model made by Czech manufacturer Tatra between 1937 and 1941. It was mainly used for transporting military cargo and personnel in Czech and later German armies, but also ambulance and field kitchen lorry versions were made. The significant part of the production batch was exported to Kingdom of Romania. The vehicle had an air-cooled OHC V8 engine with 3,981 cubic centimeters rated to 54.5 kilowatts, 73.1 horsepower, power at 2,500 RPM. The fuel consumption was up to 35 liters per 100 kilometers. The car had 3 axles, of which both back axles were driven. It had 4 gears and 1 reverse gear. The truck chassis, based on the Tatra backbone chassis conception, has 1,800 kilograms, 3,968 pounds, empty weight. While the truck was rated for 2,000 kilograms, 4,409 pounds, payload. The Tatra 92 was capable of traveling at 65 kilometers per hour, 40 miles per hour speed.